They needed that win, Cakesy.
It was a big one, especially after they had to be mentally in a bad place after the blowout at Utah. But look, they put it behind them. I'm sure Scott Brooks said, look, it's one game. Got a ton of these ahead of us. Can't dwell on that one. And they put together a nice effort against the Blazers.
You know, he had also an interesting comment I heard as I was driving in that, you know, he didn't realize that Brad had a big night. I mean, he knew he was doing well, but not until he scored his 47th point. And he said, you know, when I watch these games, you know, I'm not keeping track of who's got what. You know, I'm just seeing what we've got and what they've got. He says, now, unfortunately, that's not the way our guys are. I'm paraphrasing. He says, I know our guys are a little too concerned about sort of what they've got, but it's got to be what we've got.
You know? Who, Bradley was saying this?
No. Brooks said that.
Brooks was saying this.
Yeah. Okay. He said, I'm trying to get that mentality, which is just so obvious, and you would think at the pro level that it would be kind of standard. But he was like, no, on our team, our guys are a little bit too concerned. I'm paraphrasing. Yeah. Our guys are a little bit too concerned with what they've got individually than what we've got.
Well, because they get the box scores every quarter.
Sure.
And definitely at the half, guys are looking at their numbers.
Of course.
Well, I mean, that's also how they live. I mean,
right.
Yes.
It's fine. But
contracts go up if you put up bigger numbers.
It's true. It's true. But
although
you still think
Bradley doesn't have to worry about that. He's G'd up for a while.
Most of these guys are pretty G'd up pretty well. But still, you know, if the team does well, everyone's going to get rewarded. And that should just be common sense.
Last night, Morris, Porter, and Gortat didn't do much to help Bradley. They were combined 4 for 24. Morris, Gortat, and Porter.
Those guys are
a little surprising. Yeah.
Porter's
You rarely see Porter 1 for 8,
more up and down. I feel like if they have one good game, the next game's going to be a dud. Then they'll bounce back.
Where is Otto this year in terms of threes? Is he still like in the top 10 or so of percentage?
I don't feel like he's knocking them down.
Last year he was like in the top 3 or something.
At one point he was
leading
nearly 50% from the field.
Yeah, I mean it was just crazy. That seemed like an outlier.
For you, but I don't feel like it's that good this year.
That seemed like an outlier.
Yeah. I'll look that up for you.
Teams are probably paying a little more attention to him. He has a bit of a resume now.
Right, but he could still, I mean, he could get off at any time with his size.
He was, I think, reliant on John Wall setting him up, though.
Yeah.
You might be break you down every now and then.
You might be surprised who's leading the league in three-point percentage.
I would be completely surprised.
Is it
I
Aaron
don't pay
Gordon?
attention.
It's a rookie.
Yeah, who?
A rook.
Yeah.
A rook sharpshooter.
Not necessarily a sharpshooter. Wasn't a deadly sharp. I mean, he wasn't known for this in college.
Donovan Mitchell?
Jason Tatum.
Got you.
Yeah, that kid.
Porter's 7th in percentage.
Oh, he's top 10. What is it? Is it 45?
47.
Wow.
Yeah. He's 41 for 88.
Wow.
So I'm, you know,
he's balling from out there.
Yeah,
Pretty solid
We're not
number.
paying attention because he's still having a good year from that statistic.
Anyway, nice win for the Wizards. I woke up surprised by that. However, they've got 3 more games on the road trip.
Mm-hmm.
Would you predict they'd go? Would you predict they'd go 2 and 3? 3 and 2?
I thought they could get 3.
Yeah.
3 would be a successful road trip.
I think that's a reasonable expectation.
Problem is, they're up and down like this. They'll lose games that you think they've got a better shot at. Although Utah's a really good team and have been red hot.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're at Phoenix. We saw Devin Booker limp off with a groin injury last night. That's good in the Wiz. Then they're at the Clippers and at Brooklyn.
On paper, they can win all 3 of those. I just wouldn't expect it. They're 4-4 without John Wall.
Right.
Yeah.
If John Wall returns, different story. But without John Wall, they're a 500-ish team.
I mean, they can beat all 3 of those teams. Just a matter of coming out and playing. So, because all 3 of those teams have losing records. But, you know, you go to Brooklyn, you know, Brooklyn can score. You know, you just don't, you don't play in defense, and they can beat you. So, we'll see how they do in the next 3.
When is the next one?
Thursday
Thursday night.
Phoenix.
9 o'clock tip.
Today's Wednesday, Cakes.
Today is Wednesday.
Trying to get my days straight.
2 days away from our holiday show.
Well, listen, I got in this morning, and first thing I asked Drabby, as I said hello, and Drabby and Valdez, and I asked him about the email. Because we've got a situation here with Entercom, and we have to have an email, and at least 3 of us not working.
Yep.
And we don't care, but we got other things that we got to sign up for that we need our email to work.
We need the email to get our benefits.
It's a whole thing. And I don't want to get into it.
By the way, December 15th is the deadline.
Right.
Right.
And we can't even get started.
If we don't have it done by December 15th, we have no health insurance.
Right. So
it's a pretty easy feeling there.
Yeah. Now, I did get my temporary password from Morgan Stanley for another issue that we have.
Well, I hope that
did
works.
that
That's another
online,
one.
and then they had to mail it. It took like 10 business days to get the temporary password. I didn't do it last night, But you go in there with temporary password.
But there's
and then
not
you
quite
can
the
access,
deadline on that one, is there? On the
No, but
Morgan
that's
Stanley
if
bit?
you ever want to access the stock options, whatever
Oh,
that
I
they gave
wanna
us for
access
20
that.
plus years.
Yeah, of course I want to access it, but I don't necessarily feel that there's a deadline.
Put it this way, the other one's more important.
Oh,
Yeah, I think the other one's more
agree,
important. But anyway, so he's kind of doing that, and he says, don't worry, we worked on it for like an hour and a half with the engineer yesterday. I think you're good. But then I looked at him, and they're sad faces from the two donks behind the glass because they're all upset about the Christmas show that they say there's no buzz. I think what stems from it is Valdez is still personally hurt that we're not doing the gift exchange.
He's offended.
And he got a sad face, and he said there's no buzz, and no one cares, and we have nothing planned. And I'm like, what's really different from any other year? We'll get a couple guys come in here, drink with us. We'll do some best of moments, and we'll take calls, and we'll drink.
And we'll be
How's
festive.
that any different than any other time?
It's not.
I don't
It's
know.
not.